All right, y'all, welcome aboard to a Polymac Particle Monday morning installment, 11 a.m. in the Bay. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Tony, hold on. Let me turn up my volume on my brand new soundboard. Stand by. I'm feeling really good today, Tony. I feel like we are now ready, like we're like the men landing on the moon. You know, that's one small step for PMP, one giant leap for the entire PMP community. Why? Because Tony and I, the guy you see right freaking there with his headphones, his fancy sweatshirt, yeah, he's waving at you. He and I had a Saturday session, if I may, Tony, a Saturday session, and we are now equipped. Now, it's still don't expect too much, but it's still a growing process. But we have at least synced up our soundboards. We have everything installed, and we're ready to go. So you're going to hear some additional sound today, and that is going to grow substantially as the show moves forward down the road. But Tony, I'm very excited to be broadcasting through my new Roadcaster soundboard. Before we talk Longbridge, before we talk Dubs playing, Giants in the Bronx, Giants now in Philly, I got Rory out here winning the Masters. There is so much going on today. It's going to be one of those shows where it's like there's too much stuff. There's not enough time. Shout out Will Ferrell. I don't know if we're going to have enough time. You know what I'm saying, Tony? But how is your head?
Stand by.
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
You know what? One more time for my head, if you could.
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
It's the way he punches the T on time. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time. You know what I mean? Yep. Time.
It's Will Ferrell at his best, that's for sure. And Paulie, how's
my man over there? How's Creative Tony with his headphones, his AKGs? How are you doing, Holmes?
Oh man, I mean, yes, it was like another work day on Saturday, but it was we made the most of it, and
very productive, Tony. Very productive.
As we like to say, Paulie,
the rules are there ain't no rules.
The only rule that I have, and I enforce this shit on a Saturday session is Tony. When Tony walks into my house and he had like 2 big bags of gear and wires, I'm like, God, this is gonna suck. So he came in with all this stuff, microphones, and he drops everything on the floor. And I go, listen, before anybody goes anywhere, before anybody even makes a move and thinks about doing anything, sit your ass down because I'm making strawberry pancakes and you're gonna start eating some. So I had to feed Tony first. That's like the paisan in me, the Italian in me. I got to take care of my guests. So Tony sits down. I go, listen, I can't function until we drink some coffee, eat some pancakes. Are you down? Tony, I was flipping flapjacks for you, and I fed you, and then we went into our Saturday session. So I hope I took care of my guy.
Dude, hell yeah. And I walked in with a breakfast burrito. I said, you know what? I'm putting this breakfast burrito aside, and I'm going to have some strawberry pancakes because you put the strawberries in the batter. That's the key thing. That's the key component. The strawberries were not on top of the pancakes. They were in the batter. You chop them up, put them in the batter, and you bake. Dude, a lot of restaurants will just put the blueberries or the strawberries on top.
No good.
If I'm going to do chocolate chip, if I'm going to do blueberry, if I'm going to do strawberry, I'm putting them in batter.
Right. Now, Tony, final question about the pancake incident that I'm going to now start calling it the pancake incident. Do we go pancakes, flapjacks, griddle cakes? Like, what's the handle on the streets? The PMP community needs to identify that breakfast treat. Are we going flapjacks, pancakes? How do we call these things?
My order of priority is 1, flapjacks. 2, griddle cakes. 3, pancakes.
Griddle cakes, dude. Who the hell says that? You guys up for some griddle cakes?
Love a good griddle cake, and it was fantastic, man. It was great. And then we hunkered down. We freaking hunkered down.
Hunkered down like beyond your wildest imagination. Now, Tony, I got to say, I wish that I enjoyed the Warrior game yesterday as much as we both enjoyed those griddle cakes, but more on that in a minute because I'm like very upset about what happened with the Dubs yesterday. I really am. I'm kind of
Spurs game, dude. It goes back to that Spurs game. It goes back to that freaking
Spurs game. They wind up losing 2 of their last 3 games and 2 at home. It was anyway. We're gonna get there. We do have to talk about this.
We got to talk Bronx bomber Jung Hoo Lee too, Paulie, and we also got. We got to talk to Sensei Rags. We got to give Sensei Rags and Nostradamus Rags some love too with Rory's victory yesterday as well.
100%. Right. In fact, Rags wrote me like a little summary I'm going to read to you guys today. It was actually really well done by Rags. So, nice. And of course, our guest, Brian Stapleton of Finnertys. He and his partner Dieter have reopened Finnertys, the greatest San Francisco sports bar in New York City. They have a new location, a brand new interior, and we're going to get into it. Brian and I have been talking all morning long. He's running around right now. He's got his hands full, but stand by for Brian Stapleton. He'll be with us a little bit later. All right, Tony, let's do Longbridge Pizza. Then we got to get into the show because there's, like you said, I got Bronx Bomber stuff going on. Jung-Hoo Lee. He's a hooligan. We got Giants at Philly today. My guy Roop, there it is again on the hill in Philly. But first, a word about Longbridge Pizza, Tony. All weekend long, I was encouraging our audience to get down the Longbridge for that kind of incredible Sunday. All of the chips are on the table for the Golden State Warriors, and you got to go into a game like that with a full stomach, right? So you go down to Longbridge, you order up a Nico pie, a Polymac particle pie. You go up to Karen at the front desk and you say, Karen, let me ask you a question. Where's Polymac's private stash? Boom, here it comes. Now you got chili pepper flakes. You take care of that, or just order up a couple of the great sandwiches they have. Tony's partial to the eggplant parm. I'm a chicken parm guy. They also have the Vinny's Gabagool sandwich where they stack up the deli meats, your capicolas, your prosciuttos, on and on it goes. Creative Tony, and then there's the vibe. There's that vibe at Longbridge Pizza that I love. In fact, I got to get back there very soon. The vibe that is created by not only Neil Donardi, the owner, and all the guys that work at Longbridge, they're super cool. They're like family, and it's a big space, big open space there with a back room. They got the screens on, so all the games will always be on, whether we're talking about the NBA playoffs or we're talking about Giants games all season long. Longbridge, rather, is your final destination for the laid-back vibe and the serious pizza, Creative Tony.
Yes, dude. And also tomorrow is the Smack Stack Tuesday where they do the smash burger. Wednesday is the chicken parm Wednesdays, and they also do gabagools on Wednesdays. Also, dude, tomorrow is the play-in game at Chase, right? Which we're going to get into later.
Christ, I'm stressed beyond belief. Go ahead.
If you're lucky enough to go to the play-in game at Chase, go to Longbridge before, get your pregame on. And if you're not going to the game, go to Longbridge and stuff your face and drink your face off while watching the Dubs and Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
And then, as we like to do, Paulie, before we move on, I am just going to share one little bit of Longbridge porn because we like to do that. And this is check this out. This is the gabagool right here. Can you see that?
Well, no, because the logo's still up.
Gosh darn it! Hang on.
Yeah, one see what happens. I know. Yeah.
Right,
look at the garnish. Yeah.
There's the gabagool, and we're gonna let this go for a second or two because and then you put it all together on the seeded baguette, made locally, by the way.
Yeah, see, that looks so good. Oh my God, damn it, that looks good.
There's the gabagool.
That's so effective that I'm actually having a hard time. Look at this. What's he doing there? What is that? Mayo? Oh, come on. Yeah, look at the provolone.
See, and all the coca. You got the different.
Pile it up, man. Pile it up. Drench it. Give me a good hit of that juice. Give me some of that Longbridge juice on there. You know what else I like, Tony? I like that he wrapped it in paper before he cut the sandwich. Watch this little right there. You got to wrap.
That's a game move. That's a game. We did that at the deli that I worked at too. You wrap it first, then you cut it. Yep.
Wrap it and cut it like a gentleman would. That's Longbridge Pizza, kids. Get on down there. Like Tony said, they're actually closed on Mondays, but you get down there tomorrow before the playing game. Great transition right now, Tony. I'm gonna spin the wheel of sports and let you tell me. Because the Warriors' entire season was on the line yesterday, and they failed. They couldn't get it done. No Kuminga. That whole thing has got a lot of people upset. But there was also a historic Masters yesterday where Rory McIlroy won his first major since 2014. Then you got the Giants taking 2 or 3 in the Bronx. I'm going to let you steer the ship because I'm not sure how to prioritize today. Where do you want to go first?
Well, Paulie, because yesterday was such a great sports day, I'm going to let Tim Ryan sum up how I feel today.
I am absolutely jacked out of my mind, bro.
Okay, so by the way, I'm already having too much fun with this freaking this soundboard already.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
It's the best. But Paulie, yesterday was such a great sports day, dude. You had the Giants and Yankees,
and it was like all day long. Yeah.
Yes, and then you had Masters, final round of Masters, and then you had the Dubs play-in. I mean, the final season, regular season finale. I think we got to start Dubs.
As Jeff Spicoli would say, we had the full hot order, and I still don't really know what he means by that. That's why Fast Times at Ridgemont High. When this thing falls apart, and I got to move on to my next gig, Tony and I are we're gonna do lectures on the college circuit, and we're gonna talk about the Fast Times at Ridgemont High in the postmodern world and how it affects day-to-day activity. But I still don't know what he means. Looks like you got the full hot order. So yesterday was the full hot order of sports, if I may, Tony. If I may,
yes, it was the full hot order, and it was accompanied by
Herb. Herb is a plant.
Okay, so when you combine the two, it was a wonderful day, Paulie. But the Dubs, I can't call it a late season collapse. I don't know what you want to call it, man. But losing to the Spurs and then losing that game to the Clippers in a must win. Although people I've seen online this morning,
Go.
that people are actually saying, including our own Bay Area Sports Collective's John Lund.
Shout out Johnny Lund. Yes.
That it's actually better that the Warriors are doing the play-in game because they'll play Houston instead of the Lakers. And I tend to agree that I'd rather play Houston than the Lakers personally. But
boy, not me.
But
I'll take
also,
the Lakers. I feel the exact opposite, but go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
The NBA love affair with LeBron. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The Lakers are. I think. See, I feel the exact opposite. This is going to be one of those shows, dude. There's so much good to say today, but I worry more about the Houston Rockets based on what they did to Steph Curry about a week ago. They shut his ass down. They had him in shackles, man. So that matchup worries me. And the other thing, and I'm going to take issue with everybody, as Omar Epps said in the Friday After Next, everybody's a suspect today. Okay, and I ain't having it. Everybody's a suspect. Tony, here's the thing. I got to disagree with Jumpin' Johnny Lund, whose sports acumen far exceeds mine. I mean, this guy's in the laboratory 24 hours a day, so no disrespect, Jumpin' Johnny Lund. However, I don't want to have to, here's why I don't like the play-in. There's no guarantee they'll be in the playoffs when the smoke clears. If they would have made it in the top 6, we'd be all set. They'd be chilling. They'd have 6 days off. Ice your thumb, Steph Curry. Draymond, take care of that neck. Now, they got 1 day off, and they got to go back. And by the way, Steph's thumb is a concern. Draymond's health is a concern. No Kuminga is a concern. So I with all due respect to everybody involved here, I would much have preferred that they won yesterday and could rest their aching bones for 6 days. Now they got to play. So again, that's why I don't like it, Tony. In fact, could you walk us through the scenarios, Tony? I'm sure some of the
I will walk us through, but I also want to give Aaron Kask some love, saying that Kuminga is currently being moved into the apartment with Camilo Doval, the former apartment of
Jimmy and Joey by the Bay. Yeah, Jimmy and Joey by the Bay. Do you still have access to that bit? Because we could play that this week if you want.
Somewhere. I have to dig it up. It's on that thumb drive, I think, that you have, Paulie. It's on that
thumb drives. We got. Well, I don't even know what half this shit does. There's so much stuff in front of me now. If you guys could only see what's going on, but I don't. Yeah, thumb drives. I don't know. You lost me at thumb drive, Tony. Tell our listeners the scenarios. What happens if the Warriors lose tomorrow? On the flip side, what happens if they win? And then where do they go from here? Talk to me, T.
Okay, so here, let's go. I'm going to present this on the screen while we speak, okay? Do you see that, Paulie? That's the bracket. So the Warriors play Memphis tomorrow. If they win tomorrow, they move on to play the Rockets in the playoffs, okay? They will be the 7th seed playing the 2 seed Rockets.
Can I riff at the same time while you're doing a serious breakdown? Maybe John Morant can run around and air shoot some kids at the game tomorrow. He loves doing his rifle. Yeah, shoot some kids. Have a good time with that, John Morant. I look forward to his gun antics. Always a great thing for the families at the game. Go ahead, T.
What? Yeah, I can't even. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. If the Warriors lose tomorrow, then they play the winner of the Kings Mavericks. And then the winner of that game goes on to play OKC, number 1 seed OKC. So the Nuggets are playing the Clippers, the 4 and 5. The Lakers are playing the Timberwolves. God, the Timberwolves logo and the Mavericks logo are very similar. You see that?
Yeah,
God, that's wild. From a distance, it's like, hey, come on, NBA, get your shit together.
Tony, I know you got your hands full over there, and I love you beyond as more than words can describe. Is there any way you could blow that up a little bit? Is that possible?
Man, you are very demanding, dude.
A lot of demands, a lot of effing demands today.
No, just deal with it. Get over it. Deal with it.
That's the kind of Tony I like. I like when Tony gets salty. Yeah, Tony, yell at me today. I need that. Go ahead. Give me some. No, I do. I need to feel that. It's part of how I function in the universe. If someone's not yelling at me, I must not be doing my job. You know what I mean, Tony? So go ahead and attack me today. I could use a hit. I could use a dose. Keep going. Yeah.
That's basically the scenario. It's just basically Warriors just win tomorrow, and then you move on to play Houston. If you lose tomorrow, then they got to wait, and then they play the winner of the Kings Mavericks, and then they go on to play OKC. I don't want any part of OKC in the first round. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Nor do I.
Know that the Warriors,
I don't want any part of that shit either. Yeah.
And I know Houston's a good team and they're young and they got Steve Adams and Şengün down low. The Luka, LeBron, and Reeves the antics of a LeBron paired with the antics of a Luka And then, I mean, they don't even have to play the Lakers, thank goodness. But I just didn't like that scenario. Of, like,
you're right about Luka, and you are correct about Luka. Sadly, like there are antics. It's a good word.
Yeah.
There are antics involved in his game. He spends half the time flopping on the floor looking for calls, and I hate that. It's a bad look for Luka because he's such a great player. But finish your thought. But I'm complimenting you. There are antics with those guys. You're right.
And I don't want any part of it if the Warriors were the 6th seed. Like I wasn't I didn't have a good vibe about that anyways. I was of course wanting the Warriors to win and not be in the play-in, of course. But I thought when I thought about the Warriors-Lakers matchup, I'm like, it's gonna be bad for my blood pressure. It's gonna be bad for bad for my health.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna be bad for the atmosphere. It's gonna be bad for the economy. You know what I'm saying? Like all of it. Yeah.
And I'm going to share something just to get your blood pressure even more, even higher before the playoffs.
Shout out Sly Stone. I want to take you higher. Tony, go ahead.
So I don't know if you see what I'm presenting I present to you the Warrior. I'm sorry, the LeBron Barbie.
Brother, listen, this is now we've gone too far. I'm telling you, we've gone too far to turn back. What the hell is this S? Seriously?
LeBron. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. The LeBron. There it is, Wally.
What does he have? What does he have? A fanny pack stretched over his shoulder? What is that thing? What's his
He's got all kinds. He's got all kinds of goods, man. He's got all fanny pack. I mean, how
do you feel about this thumb I'm giving you right now? Do you see the thumb? That's how. That's my response.
By the way, $75 for this Barbie. By the way,
well, you should be probably calling it a Ken doll, I guess. He's not Barbie. I don't know what to make of this. And then I'm ask
Paulie, it's a Ken Ambassador. It's a Ken Ambassador.
Here, you know what, Tony? I got gun ambassadors. Here are my guns ambassadors, 2 of them. Tony, quick question about the Ken doll shaped for LeBron James. Who is asking for one of these things? Who's going up and going, yo, Dad, it's Christmas time. It's my birthday, whatever. I need... It's Easter. You know what? Easter Sunday's coming, Dad. Forget about Easter eggs and candies and chocolate bunnies. I need the Ken doll with LeBron James. Like, tell me the kid who's asking for this thing. Honestly, who wants?
By the way, Dom Peralta told us that he tried to buy one of these and it was already sold out.
By the way, shout out Aaron Kask. I've been making a point today not to look at the soundboard because I got so much shit in front of me. I don't want to get all messed up. Because a lot of times I start reading the comments and I get totally lost about my point, what I was trying to say. But anyway, Aaron Kask, I got to give you some love. Question about the LeBron James Ken doll. Does it have flopping action?
Well, dude, you know when you like as a kid, did you ever? It's a great rip, but like as a kid, did you ever take the clothes off of Barbie just to like see what the genital
it's like a flattened area with no like hint of sexual, like there's no organs whatsoever, genitalia, just a flat space. Yeah.
Correct. But you could probably bend it backwards, maybe bend the LeBron Barbie backwards in a flop motion. You could probably do that manually.
But dude, do you remember like the action figures we grew up with would blow parents' mind? We used to have like combat G.I. Joes, dude. We had a G.I. Joe like with a kung fu motion. Like you could press the button, dude. He's doing chops. Like they don't make shit like that anymore. Hey, Patty from Napa is a super. Patty, you are such a sweetheart. Mikey just said, who the F would buy that? My question exactly, Mikey. I don't know. I'm trying to get to the bottom of that myself. All right, let's move that aside. We got too many real X's and O's to talk about today. It's one of those days where sports is going to be kind of serious. Huh?
I said thank you, Patty, for the super. I just want to say thank you, Patty. And yes, Mikey, I agree. Who the F would buy that? I don't know. But obviously, much Laker fans.
Have you finished your playing explanation breakdown? Honestly, are we ready to move on? Okay.
Yeah. If they win, they play Houston. If they lose, they got to play the winner of the Kings Mavericks. And if they win that, they could play OKC. So just beat freaking Memphis. They've beaten Memphis 3 out of 4 times this year. Just take care of business. John Morant didn't play yesterday. He was on the injury report. He's not. He was basically in the locker room, like kind of like I don't know,
practicing air gun technique. Yeah. Well, you got to practice. You got to refine that, Tony. You got to be in front of the mirror and practice shooting people. I want to say this also about the NBA. Just as a note to throw on the pile today. The Phoenix Suns have fired their coach Budenholzer this morning. I just want you to know this. Hey, Kevin Durant, what the hell, dude? I love you. I love Kevin Durant. Listen, I don't know where people stand on this because if Kevin Durant was on our team right now, we'd probably be a 2 or 3 seed, chilling with our feet up and watching Tulsa King on Paramount, which I've been doing a lot. I recommend it, by the way. Stallone in Tulsa. It's funny. But Tony, Here they go again. This is 3 years in a row. The Phoenix Suns have fired their coach at the end of the year. 3 years in a row. And Kevin Durant goes, yeah, that's where I want to be. I want to be out there. Like, why? Anyway, I'm still mad at KD. KD, come back to your senses. Come back to the debate. Tony, go ahead.
KD, come back. Boom, ba-dam. By the way, I got to give love to Mustache Harbor. I saw the show on Friday night, and I got to give love to Stinking Badges. I ran into him at the show.
Nice.
I saw the Guild. I just got to give so much love to the Guild Theater in Menlo Park. Just the fact that it's 10 minutes from my house now. I have a beautiful, like 500-person venue with a floor and a balcony and bar downstairs, bar upstairs. The sound is immaculate.
Right.
Mustache Harbor put on a really fun show. I sent Paulie some videos. They played Baby Come Back. That's what made me think KD come back. But
Tony, I want to talk about the Guild Theater for 5 seconds. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is how it's going to be today. I just instinctively raised my hand like this, like I used to when I was working at KBR, because every time I did this, it means I was about to play a soundbite. So Murph didn't talk over me or Marcus didn't do something. So I was like, instinctively, the hand went up, and I'll tell you why. You were talking about the Guild Theater. I always am interested in backstage scenarios, like who's hanging out backstage, who's coming into my dressing room.
And there's other guys that burst in your dressing room and say, where's the dope? You know?
Okay. We're officially off to the races. That's my first soundboard in about a year and a half. I hope you guys liked it. I wanted to come back with Keith first. Richards first, as always. Richards has the right of way. Tony, go ahead.
And Paul, didn't you say KD, what the hell?
I did say KD, what the hell? And if you don't want to listen to me, listen to Charles Grodin, for Christ's sakes.
What the hell? What the hell?
Oh, I'm back, baby. As George Costanza would say, I'm back, baby. I do. I feel back. Anyway, yeah.
Rising Wolf said Guild Theater is 10 out of 10. The only gripe is the Menlo Park Chompers. And dude, it's I don't know who's higher, the Menlo Park Chompers or the Mill Valley Chompers.
What do you mean by the word chomper? What does that term mean?
The chatter, the talking, the chatter.
I've never heard the word chomper. I hate chompers, by the way, especially when you're on stage playing a gig and you look out and everyone's just talking. It's like, whoa, what are we doing here, man? No, that's the worst kind of crowd. Is that what was going on down there? A lot of talkers?
It's very similar to the Sweetwater, man, where you just wanted people at the Sweetwater to like Bobby, the t-shirt that they made about Bobby were just shut
the F up, y'all. Yeah. Do me a favor and shut the F up, y'all. Yeah.
But it is a great theater, and I highly recommend it. Get down there, see some music. And Rising Wolf, I got your email. Rising Wolf has something for the mailbag that we might present later on in the show. It has to do with the Masters and Jerry Garcia. And
y'all take a step back. Don Peralta, that's right. Go ahead, T. Yeah.
Oh, also, there was a leaderboard. I got a picture of a leaderboard yesterday from my buddy Charlie Neri, who said that Garcia and Weir were both, the last names Garcia and Weir were next to each other in the leaderboard on the Masters. Yeah,
dude, the Masters. Really? That's about the greatest particles I could ask for. Yeah, Garcia and Weir, dude. That's what I'm talking about. The Bob and Jerry show. By the way, Tony, as if we don't have enough going on right now, and keep me centered today. Don't let me run around getting nuts.
I got a lot. I got the set list. I got the set list for the show.
By the way, I just want to quote something you just said. And this is what happens. Now I'm distracted again. Tony just said, I got a lot. The best usage of that sentence in the history of American cinema happens in Point Break. I got Busey and Keanu driving around LA, dude. They come up to a red light. There's a guy standing there with a bag of oranges, right? And then Busey looks out the window and he goes, no. We got a lot. And he just drives away. Dude, we got a lot. You just quoted him and I loved it. Yes.
Did you mention Gary Busey?
I did.
Utah, give me two.
That's the same guy.
Give me two.
Tony, I have a very important show update. Hold on. Let me alert the crowd that I got to make a special announcement. Yeah, that's my. Sorry, I'm going to the scores table. I'm having fun with my new soundboard. Leave me alone. That's you. Damn right. All right. Tony, it's good to see you laughing like that. Everybody stand by for a special show announcement. What is it, T? What?
Steve Bisecchio is a super, and I just want to say hello, Steve, and thank you for the super. Paulie Jung Hoo Lee parody to Steve Woodward, Valerie or Springsteen cover me. Wow.
Jung Hoo Lee to cover me. Dude. That's the one. I'm laughing. That's hilarious. I think it's better than Winwood. I love Winwood, but dude, cover me. Jung Hoo Lee is money. That's
a great idea, dude. Oh man.
Tough now, just getting tougher, Jung Hoo Lee. Come on, baby, Jung Hoo Lee. Well, looking for a giant to come on in and Jung Hoo Lee. I'm feeling that. In a big way. And thank you, Steve.
I wrote that down, man. That is a great idea, man. Paulie, proceed.
Yeah, sorry. Let me go back to my announcement. Okay, so I'm actually sorry. I got to produce and host at the same time. This is we're juggling and we're on a high wire. It's all happening at once. All right, here's what's happening, you guys. My good friend Brian Stapleton is in New York City right now. He's just reopened Finnertys. We talked about it. We sent the tweet out, and we're very excited. I love this guy, Brian and Dieter, the guys that run Finnertys and own the place. They are, if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting these guys, when you're back in New York City, you're definitely going to want to make a point of this. It's like all the Bay Area people in New York, they hang out there and watch games. So Tony, anyway, Brian Stapleton was set to join us. He's got a conflict. He's asking me right now via text if he could move his spot to tomorrow. And I'm saying no problem at all. So guys, we'll do the, I'm sorry, I'm talking to him right now. We'll do the Brian Stapleton Finnertys hit tomorrow. In fact, in a way, Tony, maybe that's better because we have so much stuff on our plate today that we have to get through. We haven't even talked about the Masters yet. We haven't even talked about the Giants yet. So, and we're halfway through the show. So today might go long. That's one. And by the way, I don't want to make any violations. So I'm making another announcement. We might go long today. That's the score table letting you know. So anyway, I'm telling Brian it's all good. He's all upset. He goes, I'm so sorry. I go, Brian, don't even worry about it, dude. I'll see you tomorrow. So Brian Stapleton, Tony, will now join us tomorrow.
Fine.
At 11:30. So that's cool. And I told him, dude, it's all good. He's such a sincere guy. He's like, I had a problem with my charger. I can go to Best Buy right now. I go, dude, don't even worry. We'll do this tomorrow. It'll be comfortable. Everybody will be happy. So sorry about that in the audience, but we'll move him and we'll be good to talk to him tomorrow. Now, Tony. Are we still talking Dubs? Because I got more to say. Or should we?
Got more to say too. I just want to know if Draymond, do you think Draymond can make a wide open layup like he had yesterday in the play-in game tomorrow, or is he going to be more worried about drawing contact and drawing a foul? Because that would have tied the game, dude. That would have tied the game there. 121, 119. That would have tied the freaking game. Dude, I love Draymond. You know I love Draymond. But dude, come on, just make the bucket, dude. Make the freaking bucket. And
I don't want to attack Draymond Green. I know you're frustrated.
I'm just saying,
I know.
When you have an open layup in overtime in a must-win game to secure that you're not in the play-in, just make the bucket, dude. Let
me rush to Draymond's defense and just say this. And that's not really. I hear you, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But his primary job isn't really to score. And on top of that,
that's my point. I know. So his primary job is not to score. So when you get a gift like a layup under the hoop, just take the gift. Take the gift, like Klompus. Take the pen. Do me a personal favor. Take the pen. Take the bucket, and let's tie the game up. Right.
All right. Well, here's the thing, Tony. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about anything. But don't keep in mind, at the end of regulation, Draymond Green was on the freaking free throw line, and he had to hit 2 shots to tie, and he made them both. So you got to forgive a little bit when it comes to Draymond Green. Now, there's another argument here, Tony. Is why was Draymond being entrusted with that shot? Maybe it should have been somebody else or a play design for somebody else. And on that note, where are you, Tony, with the fact that Kuminga didn't get on the floor yet? It was a DNP. I guess Kerr made that decision before the game, apparently. Like, a lot of people are very upset. I don't know if he makes a difference. Let's say this, too. The Clippers played outstanding basketball. Kawhi and Harden were lights out. Those guys are Hall of Famers, and they were lights out. Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry were lights out. It was an amazing game. Warriors fell a little bit short. But to Kuminga now, how much of yesterday do you think was a result of him not being on the floor? You're muted, pal. You're muted, T. You're muted. Yeah. Let me hear those golden pipes.
Yeah. I don't know, Paulie, because it would have been nice to have been able to have gone to him on the front off the bench in overtime for some fresh legs. And we're all about vibes here on the show, and there's a funky vibe. Like, I don't know. And Steve Kerr has flat out said that Kuminga is not a good fit with Draymond and Butler on the floor. Mm-hmm. And he says that Kuminga is still working his ass off. And like that, I saw reports that Kuminga was out there shooting buckets after the game.
I saw that too. Yeah.
But to have him be a DNP is just like that. That is like, wow, that's pretty drastic.
I mean, maybe there's something going on we don't know about. That's always possible. There could be something behind the scenes. Yeah. So, and they're just trying to dress it up for public consumption. But I don't know. I don't know the reason, but I know that he was missed. He was missed yesterday, in my opinion.
And a talent like Kuminga, to not even have him as an option is like, I understand not starting him, of course, and then I understand maybe not getting him enough minutes in the game, but to not have him be an option is like, holy shit, that's rough stuff, man. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And Kerr has flat out said he's not a good fit. And so I mean, if you're Kuminga, how do you keep your confidence level up when you're being told you're not a good fit? And of course, Butler gets the nod in the four in the as the four man, but I would like to have him as an option, right?
Yeah, I do too. I agree with that. That's totally reasonable. I don't disagree with anything you said. Yeah.
I mean, last night's game, dude. I mean, yesterday's game, Butler scores 30, Curry scores 36, Draymond 14, Podziemski 19. I mean, you should win that game. But then you have Kawhi dropping 33 and Harden dropping 39. So you got to tip your cap to the Clippers. They came to play.
They did. They were great. They were great yesterday. Yeah.
Again, now this goes back to that freaking Spurs game, dude.
I know the Spurs game was the death blow. You could feel it then in the universe. Like, oh my God, how the F did we lose that? What?
When you said death blow, it made me think of Seinfeld because isn't Death Blow one of the fake movies?
You got Death Blow. You got the other one, Prognosis Negative. That was another big one, Prognosis Negative. Anyway, but it was a death blow, man. Losing that game on their own floor to the Spurs wound up costing them. Ultimately, wound up costing them a top 6 seed. So,
so let's get back to the Dubs in Tony's top 3. But I want to move on to either Rory or the Giants. Your pick.
Okay, I want to go Rory first, only because I think it's a bigger story. The Giants are the Giants. We got a lot of Giants ball to get into, and they're starting to set today in Philly, which I look forward to. That's a nice ballpark. I went there back with Murph and a bunch of KMBR listeners in 2011. And much to my surprise, Tony, the Philly fans, now I'm not saying this about Eagles fans or Sixers fans or Flyers fans, but the Philly fans were actually really cool. Like they were very gracious and they didn't give us a hard time. Now, granted, we were rolling in a pack of 40. Okay, so we had some numbers with us, but I gotta be honest, they were all very cool people. I enjoyed Philly. We will get into that, but yes, Masters, dude, Master. Can I read you? I'm going to read you Rags's. He wrote it's essentially it's an effing sonnet. Rags wrote a very artistic piece. I'm going to call this the Ballad of Rory because it was very beautifully written by Rags. And then I'm going to get into all of your feelings. Here's what Rags says. Our golf correspondent on the East Coast said about the Masters yesterday. Quote, this came to me.
While you read, I'm going to present Rags while you read. So just
can we give Rags a music bed too, or just do it dry?
Let's just do it dry and I can find something while you speak.
Okay, so here it is. This is Rags on yesterday's Masters. Quote, the Ballad of Rory, I'm calling this.
Just feed the ducks for Rags. Come on.
Yeah, it's fine. Feeding the ducks is beautiful. Rags feeds the ducks himself in his own own way. You know what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. This will go down as one of the most memorable final Masters rounds ever. The biggest emotional roller coaster round I have ever watched with golf immortality on the line. Only the 6th player ever to complete the Grand Slam of golf. Rex, thank you for all this information. I freaking love it. Yep. Today, he conquered his demons of past iconic failures. When his final putt went in, the entire golf world exhaled when he dropped to his knees in tears. Rags says, I cried tears of joy with him. Absolutely epic. Nice piece, Rags. That was very well done. How did you feel? Did you feel the same way? I know it was a very emotional day for Rory, Tony. How did you view the whole thing?
I was completely in lockstep with Rags, man, because when he missed that putt on 18, I rewound that play a couple times. And if you watch the crowd reaction behind him, everybody's flabbergasted. Everybody's like, oh, people are like covering their face, like everybody in the gallery behind him. It's
Macaulay Culkin Home Alone, one of those kind of reactions. Yeah,
exactly. Or what's that famous? The
art. See no evil, speak no evil. Tony, go ahead.
No, not that one. The Scream. The Scream. You know the artwork, The Scream?
That's my whole life story, The Scream. Yeah. That's me. Yes, The Scream. I'm living the goddamn Scream. Go ahead, Tony. Give it to me. Anyway. Yeah.
So anyway, so I felt like I just said, no, Rory, no, dude, no. And I had this bad vibe about Justin Rose. I'm like, God, he's going to come in and just vulture this win. It's going to piss me off. Yeah, because he lost in 2017 to Sergio Garcia in sudden death. So when he made that putt, just like Rag said, I was so happy for him. And when he knelt down and was like sobbing, I was like, man, that is 17 years of just pent up. And also, like, he's gone through the ringer as far as criticism.
Yeah, not being he's got, even I know that they've been crushing him. He can't handle the moment. He can't handle the heat. So I guess he's had a lot of epic chokes in the past. Yeah.
Yes. And that's his first major in, I think, 10 years. First major win in like 10 years or close to 10 years. So it's like, shout
out Led Zeppelin, 10 years gone. Tony, go ahead. Yeah. Great track, by the way. Incredible track. Listen to it after the show if you don't believe me. It's on Physical Graffiti. Tony, go ahead. Yeah.
The whole freaking album is, I mean, if I had to pick my favorite Zeppelin album, it's that album. by the way. I'll pick physical graffiti all damn day. The Wonton song, "In My Time of Dying." Why'd you get road?
What do you need? Cashmere? I'll throw a cashmere. What do you want? Boogie with Stew? That's in there too. It's all in there. Yeah.
And you know what's funny, dude? Is
the fucking Rover, okay? Dude. That's one of my favorite page riffs. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. Tony, let's get back to the Masters.
Ollie, can I interest you in a piece of custard pie? How about that?
Yes, I'll take 2 pieces of custard pie. I love it. Yeah, I really do. Trampled underfoot. That's another one. How do we get into a Zeppelin thing? I'm trying to talk Masters, Tony. Please, for God's sakes.
Well, one more thing about that. Cashmere was like the hit from that album, and it's a good song, but I would put it like 12th on that album in my order of how what I like awesome. More than that. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Exactly.
Hey, there's no wrong with Zeppelin. Go ahead. Yeah.
Back to that, and I stuck around to watch the whole jacket presentation. And by the way, gentleman Jim Nance was as gentlemanly as ever. Just looking great.
How much of the whole experience? And by the way, the thing about Jim Nance is he's incredibly modest when you do talk to him. He doesn't want to talk about how great he is at all. He's like, oh well, no, thank you. But he's amazing, and he has so much to do with the overall kind of vibe that's projected into your home. I mean, the scenery is beautiful. Have you ever been down there, by the way, Tony? Have you been to Augusta?
No, man. It's on the as they say, it's on the bucket list, Paulie.
Yeah. So go ahead, finish your thoughts about Nance and everything. Finish your thoughts.
They did the jacket presentation, and Jim Nance asked him about his parents because his parents were at home in Ireland watching, and Rory was doing great about keeping his emotions in, and then when Jim brought up his parents, he just broke down again and tears coming down. I was like, man, this kid, I feel so. And they showed, by the way, his first Masters, and I think 2009, I think it was. They showed him as this young kid with this bushy hair coming out of the hat, and then you see him now finally getting the green jacket. It was just one of those marvelous days. Like, I just was so happy for him. So, Rags, thank you for your thoughts on that, man. I couldn't agree more. And then also, Paulie, what did I write about the that's his 17th Masters. 17th, dude. I mean, think about
insane. That's how long he's been around. That long already?
Yeah. I mean, but he was playing at an early age, man. So I was just, I think the whole golf world was rooting for him. Like Justin Rose.
Yeah, that's what happens, I think, in sports. When a guy, when like a high-profile guy who's had some success, has a very long career, sticks around for a long time, and then he can tack something on like this near the end or on the backside of his career, and people are always going to embrace it. It reminds me of like John Elway when he was known for getting his balls handed to him in Super Bowls, balls handed to him from the Niners, balls handed to him from the Cowboys and the Giants, and then finally, years after all those losses, he comes back and wins 2 Super Bowls at the very end of his career. And suddenly he became like the darling of the NFL. Oh, we all love John Elway. And he is a great guy. I got to meet him once. He was a super cool dude. But I will say, it's like that kind of thing. Sports fans love a great kind of like resilient story, a comeback story. And I think there's some of that happening yesterday with Rory. Like, how was Rory perceived, Tony, in the golf community overall? Even before yesterday. Most people like him, right?
Yeah, totally. I think it's nothing but respect. And by the way, who was telling me this? My friend John Lee was telling me this yesterday, that Rory is
John Lee. Yeah.
Rory was dating before he married his current wife. He was dating who is now David Lee's wife. And I forget her name. Carolyn Wozniacki, former tennis player.
Yeah.
So he was dating her, and now David Lee's married to Wozniacki anyway. And it was meant to be because
that power couple. What do you want? Athletic, like like an Adonis and like 2 incredibly athletic bodies coming together. There must be awesome. Yes, go ahead, T.
And I also want to present, because we heard from Doug in Japan. We heard from Doug.
Beautiful.
I'm going to present this. If you can see this, Paul, it might be hard for you to read, but I'm going to read it for you.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Doug in Japan went to our YouTube page at Polymac Particles on YouTube. By the way, feel free to subscribe and like, as the ticker says on the bottom of your screen.
That's right, Tony.
To quote Doug, he says, "Had to jump on the YouTube today. Best way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Rags Sensei knows the deal. You bow to the vibes. You're paying respect to the magic and where the magic takes you." Is that freaking great? Thank you, Doug.
Doug in Japan. It's almost like the Sons of Anarchy, the TV show with the bikers, or the Hells Angels or something, who we support on the PMP show. Shut up, Big Steve and his guys. I got to tell you this. It feels like we're opening up chapters now all over the world, just like these bike clubs. Like, so we got a Japan chapter. Obviously have a San Francisco chapter. We got a Los Angeles chapter. My buddy Winks is down there holding that down LA. We got a New Jersey chapter with Rags as the club president. And then we got New York chapters, New York effing city. Brian Stapleton, our guest from Finnertys. By the way, if you're just joining us, we had to move him to tomorrow. So we're going to talk to Brian tomorrow about the reopening of Finnertys. I'm really excited about that. And judging how the the online community has responded. It looks like a lot of people are really happy Finnertys is back. My buddy Chris Kelly, from Saturday Night Live, monster Giant fan. How cool is his gig, Tony? My buddy Chris, he works at SNL all week, stage manager, and they have long effing days, really long days over there. But the good news for Chris is, like, when he gets out of work at like 11 o'clock, he goes to his neighborhood pub, and they always have the Giants game on for him. So he watches he's got this little spot at the end of the bar, and there's a TV like right there, and they know, like, that's Chris's seat. Don't sit there. We got the Giants waiting for him. So, but he went into the new Finnertys, and he said it's awesome, and it looks really cool. So anyway, we'll do all that tomorrow, T. Yeah,
the pictures look great online. If you just Google Finnertys, they've posted some new photos. They look great online. But also, you say we're getting Brian on the show tomorrow, and by the way, we're on at 11 a.m. tomorrow, and 11:30. I think Brian will be joining us. But I also want Chris Kelly on the show sometime too, because he came on our Polly's podcast, and he was great.
He's the best. He's incredible.
All his stories are just incredible, and he downplays it all. He's a very modest guy, and he's very downplays it all. But I'm like, dude, come on, open the vault, dude. Like, you are just a story machine with what you've seen over the years at Saturday Night Live. So I want to get him on the show.
Yeah, great call. And speaking of his stories, I'll give you one real quick. He before SNL, he also worked and produced all the MTV Unplugged back when they were doing those. And he was like on all of them. And he maintains to this day that the Alice in Chains Unplugged was the best one he ever saw. And he saw them all in person. He said that one was hands down the best. And it is. I recommend the record. Go pick it up if you've never heard it. It'll knock your socks off. Tony, back to
the Alice in Chains Unplugged and the Pearl Jam. They're both just neck and neck. But also, Paulie, I want to talk about the Grand Slam, the company that Rory McIlroy has entered now as he's won the golf Grand Slam. Ready?
Yes.
Gene Sarazen, 1922 U.S. Open, by the way, 1922.
1929, Gene Sarazen. Yeah. That's from Marty, everybody. Yeah, that's Marty talking golf. Yeah. Gee, Crazy Leg Saracen, they called him. Yeah.
Totally. But then also Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and now Rory. Is that insane?
I'm happy for the kid. I don't know him. I've never talked to him, anything like that. But I like him. I think it's good that Rory is having this big moment, especially because he was getting his ass kicked for so long by people. Because you don't want to be known in sports as a choker, dude. That's like the last thing you want. Yeah.
No, by the way, I have a question for you, because Rag said, I bet you that Rory got whacked with his buddies last night after all that. That's literally quoting Rags. Rags. He said whacked. But Paulie, I was going to ask you another question, because they get the green jacket. Possible that maybe there was some I don't know, some bedroom fun with the jacket on afterwards.
I like where your head's at. That's actually a great call. And you got to wonder how, I've never even thought about that before, but that's a great effing call. And how many guys have incorporated the jacket into their lovemaking after winning the Masters? Great question. Great question. I bet you more than we would think. I bet you more. Although, what a visual, dude. You're like your beautiful date is like your wife, whatever. She's in her like a nice negligee from Paris. She's waiting for the champagne. Champagne is in the bucket. The strawberries are out. And then here you come out of the bathroom, dude. Naked from the waist down, but with the green jacket on. Be like, all right, baby, I'm ready. Like, you know what I mean? What a visual that would be. That would be amazing. It'd be too funny. I wouldn't be able to function. It'd be too much laughter going on. But I like where your head's at, T. I do. I like where your head's at. That's awesome.
Yeah. Just congratulations to Rory. I think the whole golf world was rooting for him yesterday. And you know, I mean, like the Justin Rose story too, because he made a clutch putt on 18. If he would have won on in sudden death, you would have had to tip the cap to him too, because he made a clutch putt on 18 and he lost in 2017. So that would have been a good story as well, but nowhere near the story that we're having with Rory and the man entering the career Grand Slam. It's just incredible stuff. And the comments line, sorry, man, dude.
What?
Jake, they're commenting on the green jacket in the bedroom comments. So
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, it was your call. It's a great idea. It's a great riff. Tony, I think we're like 45 minutes deep. We should probably talk a little giant baseball at some point, right? Because we got
the best for last. Always save the best for last.
Yeah.
First of all, Jung-Hoo Lee, like the guy is saving the Giants, Paulie, right now because you got, dude. I don't want to be downer guy, but dude, you've got Chapman's batting under 200. Same with Adames, dude. So it's like I need some offense to come from Adames and Chapman, the guys that we're supposed to be getting some offense from. We're not getting it yet, and I need some, especially Adames, dude. Like the Giants are where they are in the standings because of Jung-Hoo Lee and because of, again, timely hitting and good pitching, dude. Robbie Ray, four strong innings on Friday, and Jung-Hoo.
Stop right there. Before we proceed, I'm just playing catch up a little bit here. Want to make sure I cross all my T's, dot my I's, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Did you take note of the pants? I instructed everybody. I said, everybody go to your TV tonight and watch Robbie Ray. Just check him out. Was I exaggerating or was I on point?
They're tightest around the calf, which tells me that he's got like really large calves, which as a pitcher, he should have very strong legs because pitching is a lot about legs. So
I appreciate you commenting on his physique and his muscle tone, Tony, but I'm asking you about the tightness of the pants specifically.
Yes, they're tight. They're tight. I mean, like they're a throwback to like 80s. I mean, because in the 80s, man, they were pretty tight.
Yeah,
they were pretty tight.
You want to see some tight pants? Go look at Darryl Strawberry when he's on the Mets, man. He's like, he comes walking up. They're like tights, dude. They're like tights, you know. So
super, like glued onto his legs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing for me is, as a pitcher, I wouldn't want super tight pants because you're doing all the leg kick and all the leg action.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Right.
To each his own. And as long as he deals, and by the way, we talked on Friday about Stroman and not having a good start to the season, and the Giants just tattooed him, dude. What is it? Hold on, I wrote down 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks in
I almost said the real thing. That mofo, he could not find the plate, dude. He was throwing ball. Like, what? It was insane. The fans, he didn't make it out of the first inning. I think he allowed 5 runs, whatever it was. It was a massacre. Oh, and by the way, Tony, I know we're going to get to bookmarks, but there's going to be some good Nicky Turturro today, dude, after the Giants beat his Yankees ass all weekend. And they really did. Taking 2 or 3, that was great. Very humiliating for the high-powered and high-priced New York Yankees to take an ass kicking from the low guys on the payroll like us.
No question, dude. And to like get a win in the Bronx yesterday when Logan Webb was not at his best. Like Logan Webb actually had struggled in the first 3 innings. He struggled. I think he had like 90 pitches through 4 innings or something like that.
Out Jimmy Cliff, struggling man. Jerry Garcia covered that too. It's a great track. Go ahead, T. Yeah.
Man, no
time. Move. Great track. Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry.
Jimmy Cliff all day.
We're sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
One of my favorite concerts I've ever seen was Jimmy Cliff. Anyways,
where and when?
In the K-Fog play space. There was like 50 of us, and he was just him on a stool with his acoustic guitar. Just
shout out K-Fog and the K-Fog playlist. Tony, you don't want them around. Let's shut K-Fog down. They were never any good anyway. What'd they ever do? What did K-Fog ever do? That's what I like to say. What'd they ever do? Oh, aside from being the #1 billing FM station in the entire country, what'd they ever do? Anyway, shut it down. Yeah. Sorry, I'm feeling spicy today. I miss K-Fog. I still miss my 10 at 10, dude. Can I get a 10 and 10 anymore? I got Peter Finch out here. He's waiting. I got Maury. Go ahead.
You know when it was all going downhill is when they got rid of Kaboom and that Sky concert. Remember the Sky concert, Kaboom?
Oh, but I remember it, dude. The entire Bay Area used to come. You know what the best thing to do for us at this point, Tony? We should probably shut down Kaboom. Let's just shut it down.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Nobody liked it. Nobody liked it.
That was when they took that away. I remember saying to Renee, who worked at K-Fog, I say to Renee, "Oh, that's like not a good sign at all."
Look at Leah Phillips. I'm so glad you said that. Well, you know what it is? Leah Phillips said Acoustic Sundays. You actually mean Acoustic Sunrise with Rosalie.
Yes.
I love Rosalie. Rosalie, if you're out there, I love you. I've always loved you. She was one of the first people I met when I started working at KMBR because K-Fog and KMBR were side by side back then. Old school hippie, the real deal. You know what I mean? Saw Jimi Hendrix and saw the Grateful Dead in Golden Gate Park, stuff like that. So I always loved Rosalie, and Acoustic Sunrise was killer. And you know who else I always was like? She was so good. She's still good. I think she's on the air in Chicago now. You don't want her around either. Annalisa.
Annalisa, Rising Wolf just gave props to Annalisa. Yes,
Dude.
Annalisa, dude. And the 10 at 10s, dude. 10 at 10, man. Come on. Remember 10?
I will never forget this. This still stays in my head. It was just like this kind of throwaway moment of Annalisa radio, and it's probably 20 years ago, but I'll never forget this. One day I was in my house listening to Annalisa, as I was wont to do, because she's one of the best radio people I've ever heard in my life. I mean that. Annalisa, she's incredible. Here's an example of that. One day I was in my house, T, and I'm listening to K-Fog like we all used to do. And Annalisa was doing a talk set after a song. You know, she was like, there's a Van Morrison on your afternoon K-Fog or whatever. And she's going through her rap. And she starts talking about watering her plants out on her deck. And it was so good. Like, it still stayed in my mind. Like, how relaxed it was, how conversational it was. Actually felt like she was talking to me. Like, I started answering her. How often do you water them, Rosalie? You know what I mean? She's not even in the house. Anyway, that's just an example of like how she connected with people. I really love her. I really miss her. And on top of all her talent, Tony, a wonderful, wonderful woman. Just a wonderful woman to talk to. Total pro.
No question.
Rock on, Lisa. We miss you, and I miss K-Fog. Go ahead, T.
100%. And in my studio, or my former studio, they took every single 10 at 10 that was recorded onto a CD. And they stashed them in my studio in this huge dresser. And all the 10 at 10s are still sitting in that studio.
Well, lock those up. Nobody ever liked them. It was never a popular segment. No one enjoyed that. So yeah, maybe we should just burn them up, throw them in a pit and light them on fire. Yeah.
That's my concern. And Mike Holler, program director of KMBR now, I know you're listening because you listen to every single minute of Polymax Particles.
What's up, Mikey? I love Mikey Holler. That's my boy. Yeah, go ahead.
We love Mike. He had nothing to do with all the bullshit. Nothing to do with it. But
Mike is a good guy.
We love Mike. But hey, Mike, when you move out of that building next month, someone please grab those CDs.
For the love of God. For the love of God.
Let me come back to the building for a day and take all of them, and I'll keep them all.
They ain't letting your ass back in. What are you, nuts? They ain't letting you back in. They ain't letting you in anymore than they're letting me back in there, homie. That's all. And believe me, we might be better off on the streets anyway. I don't think you want to go back in there. Anyway, Tony, that's my K-Fog tribute. I'm not sure how that even happened. Why did that come up? I forget what part.
We talked about Kaboom and how we got to Kaboom. And
Kaboom was terrible. Yeah. By the way, I hated going to work in the morning, having the elevator doors open, and Pete Townsend standing there. I'm like, my God. Yeah. I'm like, dude, hi, Mr. Townsend. Where are you going today? He goes, I'm just going up to Secret Pony, K-Fog. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is the big time. I'm riding elevators with Pete Townsend. You don't see that anymore at K-Fog because you don't see K-Fog anymore. Shut it down. Shut it all down. Yeah.
Not on the level of Pete Townsend, but the same thing happened to me where I just came out of the bathroom like 10 in the morning, and I'd been there 4:30 or 3:30 in the morning, and out walks Jack Johnson out of the elevator with nobody, just two guitars and Jack Johnson. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Jack. Are you looking for somebody? He goes, yeah, I'm here to do something for K-Fog. And I go, oh, dude, let me take you in. So I took him in. Next thing you know, well, you know the whole deal. The private.
I know.
He sat in my studio and tuned up his guitar, and then started like getting his Vokes ready for the. I'm like, this is ridiculous right now. What's happening? So then when they got rid of K-Fog, it was like they just, they cut the. They basically took out the vast deference of Cumulus. Basically, they gave Cumulus a vasectomy. Basically, But horrible parallel I just made. I apologize for that.
You're fine. No, I love everything you're saying today. It's all from the heart, Tony. Back to the Giants, though. So
I want to go to yesterday's game. I want to go to yesterday's game, dude. Logan Webb struggling on the mound. Not struggling, but he gave up 3 runs over 5 innings. It's not horrible, but his location wasn't that great, and his command wasn't that great. And the fact that they were able to get that win with Logan Webb not on his best, not having his best day, Jung Hoo freaking Lee, dude, just clutching up with that 3-run, and by the way, I love that they were both off Rodon. Hey, Rodon, right here, dude.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. F him, F Blake Snell, F all these guys that pull into town for a year and they're like, yeah, I'm out. Now I want a bigger You know what? Go blank yourself. Blank all of yourselves, because I'm with you on Rodon. And I liked Rodon. I really wanted him to stay. He's got that nasty attitude. When he's hot, he's really good. And I was thrilled that they roughed him up yesterday. Good. Blank him. Blank them all, Tony. You know what I mean? Yeah. Blank all of them. Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel the same way about Rodon as I do about Blake Snell. They both just came in. They were never going to they're never going to commit to like Giants baseball and commit to the community. Like he opted out of his 2-year deal and took the payday with the Yankees. So when he gives up 2 bombs to Lee and gets yanked out in the 5th inning, I just
yank his ass.
The 6th inning, whatever it was, I freaking loved that.
You want to know why that happened, Tony? Can I break that down? The reason that happened, the reason that Jung-Hoo Lee went deep twice is because these times are tough now, just getting tougher.
Yeah.
All the Giants rough, only just getting rougher. Jung-Hoo Lee, come on, baby, Jung-Hoo Lee, we're looking for a giant who will come on in Jung-Hoo Lee. I'm not saying I'm doing a good Bruce, but that's kind of how it sounds in my head. Yeah.
There
Hey,
you
by
go.
the way, Tony, got to make a very important announcement. We just had a live bit on the air, unscripted. Yeah, I almost forgot. I got to play with my soundboard too. I got to keep this thing in the mix here, Tony. We're having a good time today. Sometimes our directions, they change courses. We don't know why it happens. Nobody knows why it happens.
Paulie,
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Tony. Sorry, my bad.
Don't bullshit me.
That's right. Yes.
so by the way, we apologize. It's a little sloppy today. We're just getting used to these soundboards, and we might be stepping on each other. So appreciate your patience there, PMP Army, because it's like Christmas morning for me here, and the soundboard is right here, and I'm really excited to play all these sound bites. But
me too. I know, me too. It's fun.
We're learning as we go.
Tony, I'm having fun with my air horn. You know what I mean? I didn't think I was going to like this so much. But I do. I don't know what it is, dude. I'm taking my air horn. Anyway, sorry about that. All right, Tony. So I think we should probably do some bookmarks and then maybe think about letting the audience go. I don't know, because it's up to you at this point. I'm letting you make all the calls today.
Oh, we can absolutely do some bookmarks, and stand by, Paulie, right here.
It's time
Sure, go ahead. Laugh if you want to.
for bookmarks,
Maybe that's how you get your kicks. You and your good time buddies.
PMP style.
I got a flash for you, Joy Boy. Party time is over.
And Paulie, I present to you our new bookmarks bed. Where'd it go?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh man, the volume was
okay.
down. I turned the volume down for
Take two. Take two.
Feeding the ducks. I turned it down out of respect for Rags and his breakdown of the Masters and Rory. Stand by. There you go.
Just go, dude. Just go. I need like, you know what I mean? Give me a glow stick. And you start this. You start that again.
There we go. There we go, bud.
Dude, we're clubbing. This is the freaking greatest bet I've ever heard. Oh my God. This is our bookmarks bet now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. Nah, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard, because it makes me feel like I'm in a nightclub in the Castro or something. You know what I mean? I want to be like shirtless, oiled up with glitter all over myself, and maybe with like 2 glow sticks in my hand. Because they do a lot of that shit. A lot of glow sticks. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to go shirtless. I think you might want to go like one of those netted shirts that like Right Said Fred wore in the I'm Too Sexy video.
Better. You were talking about doing a tank top show. What would you? How about me and you go to like one of those shops? Like, what's the name of that joint? It's Stud. Or no, is that the bar? I forget.
No, the Stud. The Stud's the bar, and then there's the End Up, the music club, the End Up.
No, not the End Up. I know. Great name, by the way, the End Up. Where are you going? I'm heading over to the End Up. No. There's like a leather clothing store. I'm trying to remember the name of this damn place. It's over there somewhere.
Nice.
I don't know. Anyway, there's something in the Castro that specializes in shit like that. Would you be willing to do a mesh shirt show? Not tank tops, mesh shirts. Dude, like right.
I might manscape a little bit beforehand, but sure.
Yeah, you got those furry shoulders. I think it's kind of cute, though. I think it's very charming, the fur that you're bringing to the table. But that's up to you. Although it'd be nice to see some fur poking through the holes, you know. Yeah,
there might be some fur poking through, but shout out the chest hairs that get like, they can get like a couple inches long, and it's like, okay, I need to.
Dude, when you came in with this bed, dude, you just knocked me on my A with this. Like, it sounds like it does. Let's be honest. It sounds like a nightclub. Like, listen to that. God bless you. Anyway, sorry I took us off the track. Let's get into your bookmarks today with this incredible sound bed. Amazing.
Oh man, we had something else bookmarked. Hang on, Paulie. I want to hang on, let's go. I'm gonna go the first bookmark right out of the gates, because this was sent to us by Rising Storm, aka Ryan Kaufman, but it's also you and I both put it in the bookmarks as well. So I want to just give some love to this
I can't focus with this pen. Ba, 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 ba.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, give it to me. Oh,
There we
shit.
go. So this is Max Homa's caddy rocking a Garcia hand T-shirt at the Masters and purposely keeping his onesie, his coveralls, is unzipped down to the waist so he can give love to Jerry on the course at the Masters. Pretty
Let
sweet.
me applaud that. Well, let me applaud that with my new sound effects. Yeah.
Here, I can do it.
It's time.
Ooh, shoot.
Go ahead.
What are you doing over there? Well, this is shit. We're working it out. Stand by, you guys.
I hit the wrong button. What do you want me to do?
Oh my God, dude. Well, first of all, I got to applaud. That's phenomenal. I love the shirt. That's Jerry's hand missing the finger. I'm still having a hard time, dude, with this nightclub. There
you go.
God bless you, man.
So that's Max Homa's caddy giving Jerry Garcia love. It's the best. And Rising Storm, thanks for sending that in, bud. And anytime we love seeing, especially on the international stage of the Masters, it's just a beautiful thing to see.
Do me a favor, Tony, just for my head, because I'm like a little kid with a new toy. Pin the volume on this. Just blast this for a second. Let me get a piece of this again.
All right, but you can't talk over it, though. You got to let it just
I
change.
won't. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hey, I gotta tell you, I'm down, bro. I'm so down. The greatest bet I think we've ever come up with. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. I'm having a good time with this. Like when it ramps up and shit, it's great. Oh my God, get me to the club right now, man. Give me my oil. Let's get into it. Let's get it over with, man. You know.
Just so everybody knows, when Paulie and I were listening to some music beds on Saturday during our session,
It's better than I thought. It's better than I remembered, dude.
when I came across this bed, it was the immediate home run. We didn't.
And
need to
that's what
listen
we
to any
know.
of it.
Yeah, when Tony and I both land on something when we're live, we're like, that's going to work. That's definitely going to work. Better than totally. I'm sorry. Keep the bookmarks coming. My
All
bad.
good, man. All good. And this is just a nice. This isn't like a goofy bookmark, but this is a something we need to celebrate and get excited about.
Yep.
Hayden Birdsong out of the bullpen this season. 9 innings pitched, 0 runs allowed, 9 strikeouts. If we could change the music and play Grateful Dead's Birdsong, we would, but we're not going to.
Yeah.
We talked about Birdsong in March about how he was, just follow it. It was in Verlander's back pocket and was having a really good spring, and maybe he deserves to be in the starting 5, the starting rotation. Dude, the guy's making a great case for himself, man, and I love what I'm seeing, Paulie. Don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm hearing too. No, Birdsong's. I'm sorry, it's going to be challenging. There will come a time, you guys in the audience, I'm letting you know, I will calm down with this, but my initial reaction hearing it the first time live on the show is crushing me. But yeah, I'll get the hang of this. No, Birdsong, I'm all good with Birdsong. My question to you, Tony, is how long is he a bullpen arm? I mean, at some point, do you think about maybe putting him back in the rotation?
That's what I'm saying, man. Because Jordan Hicks, he was the one lost in the Bronx, and I was skeptical about Hicks. Now, granted, Hicks had great, but he had a great outing in Houston. He had a great outing in Houston. I'm not going to ditch that. And he throws 100 miles an hour, 98 to 100 on average. So he's got some really good stuff. I just think if he thinks he's going to blow it by people, that's not happening anymore. 100 miles an hour doesn't blow by people anymore. These kids, these guys are so quick. So I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm all about location and like command of your pitches, and not the brute strength kind of pitcher. I love like a Greg Maddux is probably my favorite pitcher of all time. Was Greg Maddux. Watching him throw like 87 pitch complete games back in the day.
Yes, and like striking out Bonds and stuff. It was insane.
Right. Making Bonds look foolish.
Yeah, well, making everybody look foolish.
Yeah, way out in front of stuff. So I like Birdsong, and I do hope to see him in the rotation.
Oh God!
Don't forget, we got to keep track of Kyle Harrison too, and what he's doing down in the minors. Like the fact that we have him just kind of waiting in the wings.
He'll be back. I'm confident he'll be back. He's going to find his way. I think there's too much raw talent there with Harrison for him to be down there for a long stretch. I think he will be back, especially if there's an injury or something like that.
Totally.
Tony,
right.
any other bookmarks? or do you want to call?
Yeah.
And we
Here
got
we
some
go.
Nikki. Yeah, keep it coming.
There's
Here we
Nikki
go.
T. Hang on. I'm going to set it up.
You can turn down the nightclub if you need to. It's all good.
I'm going to. Hang on one sec, B.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-bum.
Okay, the music's off.
Thank you.
Let's get back to Nikki T. Where'd Nikki T? Hold on. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Fucking shitty loss. Lose series 2 out of 3. Gotta win series. Gotta win series if you're gonna stay in the hunt.
Spike in his
2
glasses.
stupid fucking pitches. 1 bad pitch. 1 guy. And we can't recover. Fucking disappointing shit.
By the way, that's an accomplished actor right there. There's one, that guy's been in several Spike Lee movies. He's on that cop show. I forget what the name of the show is, but he's had a really nice acting career. But dude, when he's talking Yankee ball, he's not playing games. He's actually kind of understated right here. It's like we took the life out of him with the
right. I think you nailed it, Paulie. I think he's more depressed than pissed right now.
Yeah. I like when you hear him spike his glasses. Bang! He just throws them on the table. Yeah.
Oh, one more time for good measure. Here we go.
Always.
Fucking shitty loss. Lose series 2 out of 3. Gotta win series. Gotta win series if you're gonna stay in the hunt.
Yeah, clang. Yeah.
2 stupid fucking pitches. 1 bad pitch. 1 guy.
It's the best.
And we can't recover. Fucking disappointing shit.
He's at a loss. Yeah.
He really is, man.
He's at a loss.
Really
By the way, I was just thinking, my buddy Winks is always watching, and I love Winks. I'll see him at the Sphere in a couple of weeks. I got to say, Winks, you should hook up with Nicky Turturro because Nicky's in L.A. He's like a New York guy, but he's in L.A. because of his career. And every now and again, Winks, he talks about pizza, and he has a couple spots down there in Los Angeles. You might need to get turned on to. I'm just throwing that out there. We got to get you and Winks, or you and Nicky.
Turturro owns a couple of pizza joints in LA. Is that what you just said?
No. I don't think he owns them, T. But I'm saying he goes to pizza, and when he goes, he announces it online, and I think he has. He's done that a couple times.
I'm sure he knows good pizza and other types of cuisine, man. He's actually a dude I would love to hang out with. He seems like he'd be a ton of fun.
Me too. And you know what I love about him too, Tony, is that in this day and age when baseball is not exactly like chic or trendy, or it's not as popular as it used to be. Thank you. It's great to see someone who just burns baseball. Like this guy is baseball to the. In fact, you know what's funny, Tony? When baseball season ends, you don't hear from Nicky. He does not comment about football. He doesn't talk about basketball. He waits for baseball, and I think that's kind of cool. Like I associate him with MLB. All right, Tony. Do we have time for? Oh, you got more? Okay, go ahead. Go.
you put this in here, buddy. This is the. Well, let's start lower. Let's start with that one first. This is
yes.
Go explain this, Paulie, because this is gold right here.
Okay, so you're seeing a lot of this on Twitter lately, where people are doing these like kind of manufactured toys. Like we just saw one for George Costanza. We did a couple last week. There's a LeBron James one out there right now. And somebody did this weekend like the stereotypical Rush fan. That might as well be me, by the way. That could easily be my face up there. The reason I put this in, there's the booze, there's the record. He's got the moving pictures. That's a given. But Tony, it's all about the robe, dude. You see the white robe. I told you when we did Roby Tuesday, I said on the back of 2112, all the Rush guys are wearing these ridiculous looking robes. It looks awful. And what a great album, too. 2112. I mean, it's one of their greatest records of all time, but they look like jackasses in their robes. So the fact that they package the robe in the Rush fan play kit or whatever you want to call it, action figure, I thought it would be kind of cool to show off. Like, I wasn't blowing smoke, Tony. Robes are part of Rush history, and there you go.
No question. The only thing I would ask that they throw in here is maybe a Toronto Blue Jays hat or a baseball for Getty Lee's baseball fandom. That's the only thing I request that they add in there, but that's just gold. The robe is gold.
Great call, Tony. And I think we had a super come in during that Rush segment right there. I can't see who it is, but I see the color up top. I don't know. Someone's checking in.
Oh, let me check in. There it is. Oh, Corinne. It's Corinne. What's up, Corinne?
Hey, PMP, missed you all, but not a stay for a celebration of life. Oh, okay. I hope you did all right up there, Corinne. Welcome back. Oh, you're back tomorrow. Okay, well, we're having a good time today. I hope you enjoy our new nightclub music as much as we do. We'll get you back on your feet. We'll put a smile on your face tomorrow. In fact, Brian Stapleton of Finnertys, we rescheduled him to tomorrow. If you're looking for him, we'll talk to him tomorrow. All right, Tony, let's get into the home stretch here. Let everybody get to their lunch breaks. You want to do top three?
I just want to ask you 3 of top 3 because we can do another top 3 tomorrow before Dub's playing, right?
Sure.
We can take some of that from today, and we did have a top 3 on ice, but the fact that it's 12:10 almost, we can get people to get on with their lunch breaks. Hi, Corinne. Thank you so much for the super, by the way.
Thank you, Corinne.
Corinne, here we go. Let me see if I can. Corinne. There we go. That's a nice little sound effect for a super. One more time.
I got to talk to Tony privately. Same problem. I'm having the same problem there. It didn't sound. It was like
probably competing. Yeah, it's probably competing with the music. It's all good. We're learning our way. We're finding our way.
Yeah.
Finding my way back to you, babe, or find your way back also.
Well, Finding My Way is actually the name of a Rush track on their first album. So that was good timing by you. Finding My Way. Go ahead,
if you
Tony.
want to be more contemporary, if you want to talk Justin Timberlake's Losing My Way.
Not really. No, I don't.
This is where we got to part ways, Paulie, then, because I'll back JT forever. I've seen him live.
You talking Timberlake or Bieber?
I'm talking Timberlake. I'm not talking Bieber. No, I'm talking Timberlake. Okay. I recommend seeing live. I recommend his music. I recommend his vibe.
I'm good. You enjoy. That's fine. You go do that. I'm good over here. I'm good. Yeah.
Losing my way.
Dude, I'll stay home, put my robe on, and listen to 2112, and I probably have a better time than you did. Go ahead, Tony.
I don't know.
I know.
Believe me. Think so, buddy. I don't think so. But
you've never seen me in my Rush ceremony. The candles come out. I light incense. I don't. I'm just kidding. But anyway, go ahead, T.
Well, you know what? Let's do something here, Paulie, because we're going to set this up on the way out. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop the club music. The Bookmarks bed. That's our new Bookmarks bed. I'm very happy about it. I'm going to get Feeding the Ducks ready. Yeah. Stand by. Here we go.
Tony's top.
I'm only going to play it once because we're just going to do number 3.
Ooh, very artistic of you. Okay, cool.
Okay, so number 3 of top 3.
Feeding the Ducks is such a big transition after the nightclub bed. Like this is now it's time to bring the blood pressure back down. I think that's the hardest I've laughed on our new show so far. You floored me with that. Just insane sounding. All right, sorry, T. Finish me up with your top 1 or whatever this is. Yeah,
this is the 3 of top 3 because I loved seeing Jim Nance on the Masters yesterday, and I love just his whole commentary. And I've always been a fan of Jim Nance, even before he became like a big part of your show with Murph, Paulie, and like your bobblehead is on his mantle at home, and but seeing him on TV, like Gentleman Jim Nance, he's just freaking Gentleman Jim Nance. Hello, friends. Seeing him in the I forget the name of the room where they do the jacket ceremony after the Masters, and he's talking to Rory. And remember, you were talking to Bonte Hill about sneakers with suits, with business suits.
Yes.
Well, not Jim Nance, dude. Jim Nance.
No.
He was dark socks. Some type of a loafer, some type of a dress shoe, and I'm like, that's all class right there. That's Jim Nance. So I just wanted to ask you, Paulie, what do you prefer? Do you prefer Jim Nance college basketball, which he doesn't do anymore?
No,
I'll throw that in there. Or NFL Jim Nance or golf Jim Nance? Which one do you prefer?
Again, I got to be. I mean, I think everybody knows this who watches this show, but I am hardly a golf expert at all. I got no problem with the game. All my friends play the game. I do watch. I've been to 1 million golf tournaments over the years, some really big ones. So I have an appreciation for it. And I've hit a few balls. Let's be honest, Tony. I go to these tournaments and they're like, Paulie Mack, hit a ball. I'm like, I'll hit a goddamn ball. Bam. Like, that's the one thing I can do is I can drive. And Murph always said the reason I can hit a golf ball as well, and I'm not great, but I can hit I can get a good shot off once in a while. And Murph said it's because I played hockey. I don't know if that's true, but he said it had something to do with like my hand-eye and bringing the stick back and all that. But anyway, I forgot why I'm even. Yeah. So my point is, I can't claim to be part of like the insiders club with golf, but I think that Jim Nance's voice is synonymous with that event to the point where I think this might surprise people. I think I'm going to say golf. I think I'm going to say the Masters because football. Yeah. I love Nance in football. I do, but it's a 2-man show. You got Romo in there, and before that, you had all those years of Sims, which I always had a hard time with Phil Sims and Nance. But I love Jim Nance on football. But I think I'm going to say golf. It's just the rhythm, it's the pace, and it's like it's synonymous with the man himself.
No question. I'm with you, Paulie. That's what made me come up with the question is I was listening to him yesterday and I'm like, listen to his cadence, his delivery, his tone, like his gentle, like the way he speaks. I just, of course, I like him in football. I think Romo's kind of lost a bit of what he had a few years ago.
I do too. I think Romo's kind of taken a turn. Also, it's weird. Yeah, like he's trying. Anyway, go ahead. Go. Yeah, I don't want to beat up on Romo because I like the guy. He's really cool when I met him, but I feel there has been a shift. Yeah.
Yes. But I'll take Nance any day doing golf because of his delivery and because of his respect for the game too. Like, I was like, I hope that he does this, like, kind of like what's his name, Vin Scully with the Dodgers. I hope even if he drops football and drops everything, he just continues to do just like certain golf events.
Right.
I hope the sport that he chooses to ride into the sunset with is golf because of he just his tone and his voice and like, it all just matches.
And if I could throw one more compliment on the pile, Rod Brooks, our buddy Rod Brooks, shout out to Brooksy. He sent out a tweet last night, excuse me, and he said something to the effect of, not only is Jim Nance so great on the mic during the action, but when Rory, I guess, was walking up to the final hole during the playoff, like Brooks, like Nance just like lays out. He doesn't speak at all during that. He just lets the moment do the talk. That's big because a lot of guys feel like they got to talk. I would probably suck at that because I can't stop talking. You know what I mean? But like you have to know when to stop and when to lay out if you're doing play-by-play. And to Brooksy's point, I think Nance might be the best at that. You got to let the moment be the star. And sometimes words aren't necessary. So shout out to that aspect of what he does as well.
Dude, that's it. That's money. And I thought about that too. I'm like, look, they haven't spoken in probably 3 or 4 minutes because they're just letting Rory do his thing and letting Rory have it, man. And
no need to. Yeah.
Like one of the great shots of the production crew for CBS, I got to give them props too, because they did a shot from behind Rory as he was walking, making that walk.
Yeah.
And you saw the gallery on both sides. I'm like, man, what a moment for that guy. Like, you just had to feel so good for him, man. And by the way, he also took home $4.2 million, by the way, for that victory. So
that'll buy him a couple of pints. That'll get him and his boys a couple pints at the pub. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ireland and shout out to Rory. What a great win for him yesterday. And again,
well, I do hope that he was wearing the green jacket in the bedroom last night. That's what I do hope. I just hope. I'm gonna pretend that that's what he was doing.
I love where your head's at. I really do. I never would have thought of something like that. I know the Stanley Cup has been used in a variety of compromising. I'm not even kidding about this because when you win the Stanley Cup in hockey, I believe every player on the team gets possession of the cup for like a week or something like that during the off season. So they pass it around and they bring it into restaurants. This always pissed me off. You remember this guy? You probably don't, Tony, but some of my old school East Coast dudes might. There was a guy on the New York Islanders named Clark Gillies, real douchebag. I hated the Islanders. And he when I heard this, and this pissed me off, like this was disrespectful in my opinion. When he got the cup, he was feeding his effing dog out of the cup. He was putting dog food in the cup and letting his dog eat out of the Stanley Cup.
Oh,
yeah, I thought that was very disrespectful, personally. But anyway,
brutal. That is brutal. Oh my God, man!
Blank the Islanders. I'm saying it again. Blank the Islanders.
Sorry, Paulie. When we have a super, the super we bring to the program, Lily, thank you so much for the super.
Lily's the best. I love Lily. She's so cool, man. Lily, are you talking about our new bed or nightclub bed? I hope that's what you're referring to, that she wants more. I think it's the bed, right? The new, our new Bookmarks. Don't do it. Here we go.
I mean.
Yeah, up, dude. Turn this S up. Right?
I mean, I don't know. If Lily is a super and wants more, then.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, dude. I'm feeling this in a big effing way, dude. Come on. I'm telling you, man. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I love this. All right, turn it back down.
Dude. Oh, man.
I've been waiting for that, man. This is the kind of, dude, this is a big day today. We got the soundboard set up. We got our new nightclub bed with the mesh shirts on and the oil. I mean, this is what I need. This is the kind of stuff I need on my show. Tony,
hey, by the way, Sons of Johnny Master checked in, and he says that Jim Nance has Murph and Mac quad of Murph and Mac pins at his house. So I didn't even know that, dude. But you've been to his house.
have. Yeah.
Have you seen the backyard that looks like the 7th hole of Pebble
Dude, I
Beach?
stood in the backyard with Jim Nance. He was like, Paulie, Mac, come over here. Chip some balls. Let's chip some balls. I'm like, bro, you don't want me with a golf club in my hand. I was like, serious. I'm not even kidding you. I was like kind of embarrassed. I'm like, this is going to suck. It would be like me handing Jim Nance a guitar, though, and being like, hey, Nance, let's play some Rolling Stones songs. You know what I mean? He wouldn't know what to do. So, but Murph was out there chipping. He's chipping. And he's chipping like down this hill. And
He might have soiled himself. Did he soil himself? Like, he was
Murph probably. Yeah, probably. I was just too busy being scared. I was like, I'm terrified right now. I don't want to be called up to the tee in front of Jim Nance. Paulie, let's chip some balls. Chip some balls. I'm like, no, I don't want to chip any balls, man.
I also heard he has the Masters music playing as you walk onto the tee box of his backyard. Isn't that correct? Like the Masters music plays, right?
It's true. That's true.
Oh, amazing.
He does. I think he activates it with like a foot switch. I'm not even kidding you, man. All of a sudden, the Masters music starts creeping up, like in his backyard. Speakers are in the bushes. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. It's true.
Seriously, and I think Rising Wolf, I saw say it, like he seems to fit the vibe of golf the most out of all the sports he does. And when he says a tradition unlike any other, it's that's it.
Hello, friend. Yeah, he's the best. No, Nance rules, dude. I love Jim Nance. Holy smokes, what a fun show today. All right, Tony, let's do some Longbridge and get everybody into their lunch break today. And we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. with our buddy Brian Stapleton from Finnertys. We had to flip that to tomorrow.
Let's start out Longbridge this way.
With the night. Oh, good. Yeah. Right here, dude. Yeah. Double cheese and sausage right here, dude. Hey, Creative Tony, also want to tell everybody that Andy Dolich will join us this week also. He's just written a new book with Dave Newhouse about everybody leaving Oakland, just kind of abandoning Oakland, the A's, the Warriors, the Raiders. And I feel for the Oakland sports fans, man. I like Oakland. I've always liked Oakland. It's a cool town. There's a lot of heart over there, man. There's a lot of heart, and they're very proud of their own scene and stuff. And to see them stripped of all their teams, like it really does. It kind of hurts me. So anyway, Andy Dolich will join us this week as well.
Paulie, on that note, Oakland Ballers baseball, I think begins not this week, but next week, or maybe this coming weekend. I believe Oakland Ballers kicks off their season. And if you want a good follow on social media, check out Last Dive Bar. They're big on representing all of the Oakland fandom, right? All of the fans that feel just like that John Fisher just completely screwed them over. And so check out Last Dive Bar, but also check out the Oakland Ballers, man, because I want to get out to a game. I think that'd be a fun PMP field trip at some point down the road. But just throwing that out there, because Oakland Ballers ball. There is baseball in Oakland. It's the Oakland Ballers. Check it out. Raymondi Park out there in West Oakland. So go, Paulie. Longbridge Pizza.
No, all good. No, appreciate that. No, anything you need, bro. I love it. Just jump in, jump all over this stuff. I love it. All right, Creative Tony, I got to say that you're probably going to need to lower the bed because I might get my own board involved, and I don't want to have that competing, like, canceling thing going on. So bring down the nightclub because I might have some of my own comments. All right, Tony, Longbridge Pizza, our dear friends Neil Denardi and all of those great people down there. That's where it starts. Mm-hmm. It starts with the people running this joint, and they take care of you like your family. They're extremely proud of their food, which is really what you want. And there's a lot of time and effort and care and love put into all their stuff. And Tony said this early on, and it didn't register, but now it's all I think about: the sourdough crust.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's one thing New York does not have. Mm-hmm. New York does not have sourdough crust. That's like a whole different taste of the pie. It's a little tangier. And I like that. I do. I like that. And that's the first time I got turned on to that was at Longbridge Pizza. Check their menu out at longbridgepizza.com. Tony, I've been so proud to be affiliated with it. I've been so proud that they actually made a pizza in my name. Like there's a Polymac particle pie. That's why when I walk into Longbridge, Tony, I look around, I survey the scene, and I make my statements.
This is my pizzeria.
You feel what I'm saying? Danny Aiello in Do the Right Thing.
This is my pizzeria.
That's how I feel when I walk into Longbridge. There is the box. There's the logo. It's all right in front of you. Tomato sauce, mozzarella, your sausage, your onion, your Romano. It's all happening at Longbridge. And you know, all they will take care of your dietary needs as well. If you have a gluten problem, they have a lot of gluten-free options. Creative Tony's a vegetarian. They take care of his needs too. Tony, you got the eggplant parmesan. Yeah, speak to that a little. How was that scene?
It was phenomenal. It was eggplant parm, and they, again, thinly sliced, not too thick. You don't want to go too thick with eggplant because that's a turnoff for a lot of people that enjoy like eggplant in the thinner slices, man. But you got to like Neil said, it took a lot of time because you want to get the thickness or the you know the thinness or the girth or the lack thereof right. You want to get it correct on the eggplant parm, and then of course the sauce. You get the extra sauce. They give you a side of sauce, and it's just incredible, man. And by the way, High Noon Fridays, they're going to broadcast our show every Friday in the back room. High Noon every Friday at Longbridge, and also Paulie, I would love to just because just some. I'm going to let the Longbridge porn speak for itself instead of my words. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
and we're gonna do the can you see that, P?
Ooh, nice.
All right, and then let's go to the gabagool. Here's the gabagool.
Oh no, yeah, give this to me. What? Yeah.
See, there you get the fixins. There's the gabagool. There's all the right fixins.
I got to tell you that this is a very effective video. It's very effective. It's doing its job. It's making me very hungry.
Yep, all their stuff on Longbridge Pizza Instagram is really good, and that's a seeded hoagie roll from Rise Up Bakery, local bakery in San Francisco. They're all about the local goods too. Their meats come from their butcher right around the corner from them. They're all about the vibe of the Dog Patch neighborhood, man. So Longbridge Pizza, dude, just check him out and check out Neil. He'll be at a pop-up on Thursday in South City at Brew 382 as well, Paulie.
Dude, Neil's all over. I love that he just drives around to different neighborhoods and just starts flipping pies on the street. He's like, who needs one? Like these pop-up things are so cool that he does that. So thank you, Longbridge. We couldn't be prouder to be affiliated with you guys. We love all our sponsors on the show, and it's going to continue to be that way. Anybody we vouch for, trust me, they're going to be good people, and their product is going to be it's going to be respectable, if not outstanding. All right, Tony, let's take it home, kid. I think we've done all we can do today. Giants at Philly today. Roop, there it is on the hill. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Brian Stapleton, I know I've said that a bunch, but we missed him today. We'll get him tomorrow. We'll celebrate the reopening of Finnertys. Andy Dolich later in the week talking Oakland and how everyone's abandoned Oakland and all the sports teams. Tony, your final comments, and we'll send everybody into their lunch break.
I need some Adamas and I need some Chapman offense. I would like either of those to come through today. One or the other. Please give me some offense today. And I thought Aaron Kask earlier said it's a good sign that they're winning ball games without those two so far. And if those two start turning up the heat at the plate, then it's going to be maybe all gangbusters from there. So it's like, who knows? I just want some Adamas. They brought Adamas in for some offense. They didn't bring him in for his glove. He's a good shortstop, but that's not what they brought him in. They brought him in for his offense, and he's a good shortstop too. But I want some offense out of him. And Chapman, was it a 6-year deal he just signed? So Chapman, I need some offense out of you too, buddy. So that's all I got to say for that. And go Giants. And then we'll prepare you for the play-in game tomorrow night at our 11 a.m. show tomorrow.
I know. Sorry, I'm just already stressed out about this. I wanted that win so bad yesterday, and I wanted the Spurs game. You've said it a million times, and you're right. They should have handled that first. They wouldn't have been in that tight spot yesterday, but it's playing time, dude. I hate the effing playing. I really do, because there's too many moving parts, and like you lose this one game, your season's over. It's like, damn, dude. And I feel like they played so well. Listen, the Western Conference was just so competitive this year. But after Butler hit the scene, I don't know what the final numbers are, 23-4, something like that. I mean, the numbers with Butler were amazing when he was on the floor. So they had a great second half. It's unfortunate they're in this spot, but I hope they can handle their business, because I really feel like they deserve to keep playing. They've been one of the best teams in the NBA since Butler's hit the scene. And it's almost like they kind of ran out of the gas a little bit at the end. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but it seemed to me like there was a little bit of fatigue there. Now they got to rest up, ice that thumb, Steph Curry. We'll see him at Chase tomorrow, and we're going to hope for the best. All right, Creative Tony.
LeBron wants to know if we can dismiss the class. Is that okay?
LeBron wants to know?
LeBron's Barbie wants to know if it's okay to dismiss the class. Is that okay?
Yeah, definitely okay. Yes. Yeah. Dude, look at him with the fanny pack over the everything about that is offensive. I'm offended. You know what I mean? As an American, I'm offended. As a goddamn patriot of this country, that offends me. I don't know. I'm just saying, dude. I can do
$75. $75 for that thing, by the way. Just,
I'd rather go buy myself a copy of, or buy you a copy of 2112 and a new bathrobe to wear. So you can enjoy that a little bit more than the LeBron James Ken doll. I'm going to reject that on principle alone. Creative Tony, you have a great afternoon. Had a really fun show today. I see you laughing. That always makes me happy. Thanks for everybody for lining up today. Robot Centaur, Noemi, James, Miguel, Patty from Napa, Don Peralta, Rising Wolf, Robot Centaur, your Winkses, your Ragses, on and on and on and on and on it goes. I love you guys. Thank you for coming on today and every other day. Tony, final thoughts. Go, buddy.
your Mark Graveses, your David in Humboldt,
Your low T's, yes, your John Joseph. Sorry, your Jamar Stamps. They keep scrolling. I just tell you what I see in front of me. Your low T's. Yeah.
The best. Thank you all.
Dude, your Juan's. Dude, is Juan a new guy? I don't know if we've seen Juan before. Juan's gone already. Just went flying by. All right. Anyway, Juan, I saw you. Great to see you, man. Okay, dude, let's get the hell out of here. Go eat some lunch, Tony. I know we got another meeting at 1:30, so I'll see you in a few minutes. And rock and roll, everybody. Have a great Monday. Go Giants in Philly. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Peace, y'all.